If you're looking for a what? You ask me? Traveling and free? You seem all right.
Asher are sometimes spotted by flies.
People joke. Say those Baroon zealots worship.
All right, you ready to head out there? Okay then. Just stick close to me, keep your head on a swivel, and you'll be fine. We'll be back before you know it. And maybe we'll get some answers.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
They're all wrong. The spacing, the depth, just doesn't make any sense. Let's keep going. Just doesn't add up. Looks like the tracks head this way. What the hell? This is one of our security bots. Someone sent this thing out to mimic the Astra. Why in the world? Shit, you hear that? Eyes up. We got incoming. Astra, incoming! Ashta burrow. You feel them coming before you see them.
Having a good one? The Jansen family immigrated here from the UC.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Stay close. Stay safe. You know how to handle yourself. Most times someone encounters an Ashta, they panic. Not you. Now I got even more questions. Who in the hell did this, and why?
If it weren't for the walls, the whole town would be an ashta buffet. People have no idea what we do to keep them safe. If it weren't for the walls, the whole town would be an ashta buffet.
I'm just thankful to be alive after that. We left Sidonia looking for a better life, only to end up like this. It just ain't fair. Got tired of living under the boot. The UC always tells you what to do and how to do it. If you're down, they want to keep you there. I thought maybe hard work and patience would lead to better things, but it became clear that that was never going to happen. The only way out was to leave the UC behind. So I brought the family here. Things aren't much better, but at least I don't have the piglets breathing down my neck anymore. Moving out here cost a lot. Now we're barely getting by. It's impossible to save up anything so Liv can have a future. Truth is, I was a fool to think anything would change. Now Simone and I barely talk, and Liv, that's even worse. You know what the worst thing for a parent is? To look into your child's eyes and see pity. That's how you know you've hit rock bottom. We've been given as much charity as I can stomach. Without the Low House, I mean, there's something, but it's a hell of a thing to ask. Remember, you asked. Simone, my wife, has got a cousin, Milena Axelrod. Truthfully, I never much cared for Milena. But she runs freight, and I know her routes sometimes take her this way. Milena is family. Might be she'd do something for her kin. I'm looking for a job, and I'll do anything. Well, anything legal. Milena's United Colonies, like us, and I know she's got problems of her own with Aquila City. If you give me and my family a fighting chance, I swear I'll make it up to you. Milena called Simone yesterday. I'm pretty sure she's still in the system. Just giving me any hope. It's a lot.
Let's get this crate into space.
Your cargo's mine! Kill for a cup of coffee.
You have a nice day.
People around here think we own Aquila. They're wrong. The Ashta do. Alright, you ready to head out there? Okay then. Just stick close to me, keep your head on a swivel, and you'll be fine. We'll be back before you know it. And maybe we'll get some answers.
Hopefully you're not some UC drone.
This is what I'm talking about. These tracks. They're all wrong. The spacing, the depth, just doesn't make any sense. Let's keep going. The Ashta are clever, but they're usually predictable. These tracks don't follow any other paths I expect them to. It just doesn't add up. Looks like the tracks head this way. What the hell? This is one of our security bots. Someone sent this thing out to mimic the action. What in the world? Shit, you hear that? Eyes up, we got incoming.
got a call, so the power kept going.
Sam has told me so many stories about Aquila City. I feel as though I've lived here all my life.
Beyond the wall is no day trip. You know how to handle yourself. Most times someone encounters an Ashta, they panic. Not you. Now I got even more questions. Who in the hell did this, and why? You know how to handle yourself. Now I got even more questions. Keone is a pain in the ass, but this was messing with her precious data. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. Someone from Aquila Security did this. We're the only ones that have access to these robots or can change their orders. I need to check this over, see if I can find some more details. While I do that, I need you to run back to the city. Check the access logs on the computer in the barracks. Look for whoever signed for this thing last. I'll meet you in the city when I'm done here.
Free for 200 years, and this city is the best the Collective can come up with?
Sure is something.
Never ever go outside the city walls after sundown. Ashta are more aggressive at night.
People have no idea what we do to keep them safe. Oh, hey there. Back already. Davis said something about you going on patrol with him? He's... he's all right, isn't he? Nothing, bad happened out there. What's that supposed to mean? Fine. I'm sorry. Look, people getting hurt was never part of it. Davis has just been so stressed over this whole thing with that woman and her sensors, and it's been affecting him on the job. The damn robot was just supposed to stomp around, mess up her data, and then come back. I didn't know it would rile up the Ashta so much, and it wasn't supposed to break down. Oh, I get you. Here. It's all I've got. Please, don't tell him it was me. I can wipe the security logs as soon as you're gone.
You take credits to ignore what Bailey's done? What's the matter with you? time since I'll be right here.
That bag robbery sounded intense.
Aquila City's really the heart.
You heard of Elios retreat?
That robot could have killed people. The robot's internals are fried, so I came up empty. You have any better luck than I did? Know who's responsible? You serious? Oh, Bailey, what were you thinking? My own people sabotaging equipment. Whole world's gone crazy. Well, I'm gonna have to go deal with this. Thanks for helping out. I'll kick some credits your way. May not be much. Not made of money around here. You might want to give Miss Alpin some time to get clean data. Might be her research. Well, it might prove useful.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through the settled systems.
We need to be smarter, better in the way we handle the Ashta. Hey, how have you been? Staying out of trouble? Well, whatever gets you through the day. I've had more than my fill of it for this lifetime. Things here have been... well, they're better. The ice has thawed a bit between me and Davis. We'll probably never be friends, but at least we're on speaking terms now. I think he finally appreciates the value of my research. I know. I think we both realize that, and we're working on putting it behind us. In fact, speaking of Davis, I have to confess, I'm a little worried about him. In analyzing the recent data, I've isolated readings suggesting that someone is making patrols far more often than in the recent past. I don't have any direct evidence, but I know it's Davis. It's gotta be. I'm worried that everything I've inadvertently put him through is kinda, I don't know, pushed him over the edge, or at least a little too close to it. have recognized that Davis has an emotional reaction to my presence. We're on speaking terms, but he still gets agitated. I don't want to make things worse. I'm better with statistics and circuits than I am with people. I've already made a mess of this situation. Do you think you could go speak to him? If nothing else, it would ease my conscience.
Keep it moving.
I do feel betrayed. I can't believe Bailey did such a bonehead move. Oh, brother. Why is it every time I see your face, I bet a headache's gonna follow shortly after? Maybe I will. Let's see where this goes. So what can I do for you? Right to the point then. Ah, that woman, I swear. Even though we've smoothed over most of the rough spots, she still manages to strike a nerve without even trying. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Not sure yet. When we were out there and we found that robot, obviously that threw me for a loop. Still can't believe one of my own people will pull a stunt like that, endangering us all. But the more I thought about it, that whole episode doesn't account for some of the tracks I saw out there. Too large, too spread out. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If there's a bigger Ashta out there, something meaner than what we've seen so far, I have to know. I tell you what, if you and Kiona are worried, why don't you just come with me then? Either I get an extra gun in the fight, or you get to laugh at the old man and say, I told you so. I'll give you a chance to gear up if you need it. And maybe grab the biggest gun you got, just in case. All right. You know, Kioni showed me her data. She's a clever kid. She's got a lot of things figured out. I think we can make some real improvements in the future. She had a couple sets of data that she thought were erroneous or something. But it seems to me that might not be. Bigger, faster, Ashta sounds like it matches up with the tracks I've seen. But I tell you, I'm hoping she's right and it's just a glitch. And no need to tell her I said that. Wouldn't want it going to her head. All right, here we are. Let's head this way. I remember a story from the first time I was here on the Kilo. Man totally forgot about it. Every so often, we get to see where everyone else had failed. Some of them stride off into the wilderness, certain that they're going to make more credits than anyone in history. Mining, botany stuff, whatever. Warnings just don't get through to them. Most of them don't come back. But this one-time miner from some corporation or other, he drags himself back into the city bloody and half dead. Claimed he seen an ash as big as a house out there. The older guys all said he was delirious. And me, well, I was new as anything and just listened to him. Now though, I'm wondering if maybe it wasn't just blood loss and really stroke. Maybe he did see something. Maybe I should have come out here a long time ago. Shit, that's gotta be it. No matter what happens, you make it back to the city and tell them about this. You hear me? I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think we were gonna make it through that. If you hadn't been with me, no way I'd be standing right now. You are something else, you know that? We got out alive this one time. That's good. But this ain't gonna be the last time we have to deal with this. Now that we know these things are out here, we need to track them and keep them out of populated areas. And that plan is gonna need everybody. So, I'm gonna swallow my pride a bit here and ask you to go tell Keone what we found. Let her know that her data wasn't an error and that she needs to focus on it. Oh, don't worry about me. Thanks again for saving my ass.
Brother-in-law just got back from 2 weeks in Paradiso. This place looked amazing, but if I have to look at one more vacation photo, I'll clean his clock.
So, what happened? Really? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't trust it. You know, I was really hitting a point where I was starting to think maybe this was all a mistake, that I stuck my nose into something I shouldn't have. Davis was so certain they had everything under control that they didn't want or need my help. But they did, didn't they? Don't worry, I am sufficiently humbled. Well, for now. I need to get to work on this immediately. But while I've been sitting around, I whipped up a little something for you. I thought it was funny. Now that I'm giving it to you, I'm hoping it's not in really poor taste. Anyway, thank you. Again.
Many people suffering. Sincerely, thank you for your donation. I'll make sure it is put to good use. This means a great deal to me, and the community. Keep it up and we'll have to name something after you. You want to do some good for the city? If you're serious, I'm drowning in work. Philborn Agricultural Systems fits basically everyone in the stretch. Bless the Philborn brothers. But their latest IntelliWheat shipment is late. I'm not worried yet, but getting there. Could you ask Sarah Philborn what the holdup is? Very politely?
The Jansons aren't the whole United Colonies. They're just people. If you don't want to help them...
Not a chance. If there's anything you can do to speed up the wheat delivery, please do it. I'll have more work for you when you get back.
Even after all this time, we're still living hand to mouth. Nothing ever changes.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Not enough flight traffic.
IntelliWheat is revolutionary. Why waste time with brewing when you can do so much good? And make so many more credits? If you're here for Weston, he's underfoot somewhere. Either here or at the factory. But please, if it's about that brewing nonsense, kindly leave. They don't need any more encouragement. Dear me, no, Weston's a fine man. If anything, that's why I want more from him. He could do even greater things, if only he could see that. I'm not some stuck-up teetotaler. My problem with the business is more nuanced. Weston, that's my husband. Well, he's never been what I'd call a dreamer or a visionary. He's a practical man. Good with ledgers and numbers. His brother Henry's the creative one, but he seems to have lost interest in growing the company, and now all he wants to do is brew beer. Philburn Agricultural Systems could provide the whole of the settled systems with food, not just Aquila City. Seems those two are content to think small. I mean, you're right, of course. But with a little more hard work, so much good can be done. Well, you didn't come here to hear me natter on. Anything else? I know, we're late. It's been this whole frustrating episode. Short version, the farming equipment outside the walls needs to be manually rebooted. But the guards aren't going to be able to send people to fix it for days. We're committed to helping the unfortunates on the stretch, but the Ashta are just too dangerous for us to send someone. You've taken down an Ashta? More than one? Wow. If you get it rebooted, I'll get the harvest going ASAP. We can get the wheat to Amira quick. I'll talk with my husband, but I'm sure we could arrange payment. You'd be helping our business too, after all. Just...
I've already contacted List. Just waiting to hear back.
Problem?
Helping Anne has been the most exciting thing happening all year.
I'm Annie Wilcox. You're new in town, aren't you? That means I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Nice try. But when I don't want to be seen, I'm like an Astra in the night. In my line of work, you have to be. See, I work for the Freestar Rangers. I'm the first ever Ranger Surveillance Assistant. And that's not some dumb made-up title. Ranger Emma Wilcox gave it to me, so it's official. I watch people and listen to them. If I hear something about smuggling or Aurora or gangs, I tell the Rangers. It's easy, because no one pays attention to kids. Plus, I know a lot of good hiding places all over the city. That's right. She's a senior ranger, which means she's in charge of me and all the other rangers. Well, except Diego, because he's a senior ranger too. Oh, and the marshal. He's in charge of all the rangers. You wish! I don't have time for that. Ranger Alex always says crime doesn't sleep. So us rangers can't let our guard down. That's why I'm always on duty, even when dumb grown-ups don't appreciate what I'm doing. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna be a law-abiding citizen? Or are you gonna be on my list? My list of people who might be troublemakers, so I have to watch them extra close. You don't want to be on my list. I had a feeling you'd say that. It's that look in your eye that says, I don't care about the law. Well, if I was you, I'd watch my step around here. Cause this Aquila City is under the protection of the Freestar Rangers. Ain't no lawbreaker who can get away from them. Once the Rangers are after you, you're as good as got. Don't say you ain't been warned. Aquila City is just crawling with crime. It's everywhere. And it's up to us Rangers to do something about it.
And Ranger Surveillance Assistants.
Someone's stealing guns and stuff from Laredo Arms.
And none of the adults believe us.
So we're hoping, you know, you can help us break it all open. Because they're dumb. I give security whole lists of crimes and leads, and they barely pay attention anymore. I'm practically doing their job for them. Certainly. I was doing my ranger patrol one night, and there was a suspicious character casing Laredo Arms. I watched him as long as I could, but I had to rush home for bedtime. First thing in the morning, I came back and interrogated Justin Sneed. And he said they were tracking down an inventory discrepancy. I told him about the suspicious stranger, but Mr. Sneed didn't believe me. I couldn't prove anything, but the suspect was acting all sorts of funny. He was trying to make sure no one could see him. My mom says you have to listen to your gut in this business. I just know he's a thief. Exactly! This case was too big for just one ranger, so I deputized Emily.
I'm an Assistant Ranger Surveillance Assistant.
Or, something like that. And we found out that the thief breaks in most nights, or like, really late. He's got his own key card. We just need to catch him. Security will believe you. Emily caught him opening the side door one night. That's when we knew for sure we have an actual criminal here. It's no scheme. You'll see. Best I figure he's there around midnight. You need to wait for him to exit Laredo, then catch him red-handed. We need to bring him to justice.
The suspect has been at Laredo everywhere. I've seen it myself.
This ship doesn't end soon.
Should we warn him about the Ashton?
Mind the danger sign. Ashta will tear you apart if you go wandering outside.
Just keep your gun holstered during your stay.
Sarah Filburn and her brother-in-law Henry.
Yeah, it's tough living here.
We don't get the emergency funds empty. So please, that is good news. What was the holdup anyway? Oh dear Lord. Please, you have to know I had no idea. Don't take any risks like that again, please. The Law House is a mission of mercy. I don't want anyone to be hurt on our account. I hate to ask it, but this next errand should be safe. Easy. Everything runs on charity. And our benefactors, though kind, I think sometimes, well, get sick of seeing me. A new face may ease up the purse strings, or at least save me some errands. Remember, this isn't for me. It's for every hungry belly in the stretch. Every child that would starve without our help. So, the mayor, Elias Cartwright, has always been generous to us, but it's been a while since he's donated. Raisha Lands is a huge benefactor. Laredo Firearms has been vital for us. Both of those are routine, more polite reminders, really. The last is a long shot, probably futile, but the Trade Authority is incredibly wealthy, and they have never ever donated to us. If you could convince Duncan Lynch to give us anything, heck, a single credit even, I'd consider it a victory. If it's any consolation, I feel that way often. But it's noble to sacrifice your own pride for the benefit of others. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once you're done with that, come back to me. You take care.
You don't need to wear your helmet.
Another day, another shift.
Aquila is one of the oldest cities in the settled systems.
So we had to clean up the graffiti on the range again. Why don't we just close it down? It's not like it gets much use.
I need someplace to put the prototypes through their paces. It stinks.
But you know stretched trash will come back and annoy them. Or worse.
Let them. A few beer bottles and graffiti is the least we owe them.
Yes, Miss Lance.
Might want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of crime over there.
The UC can't be that bad, can it?
I don't think we typically allow customers up here.
Miss Lance is the one you want to speak to. Just do your business and move along. Then we'll be all friendly-like.
There's not enough to do around here.
I think you'll find that we carry fine weapons of all kinds here.
You mean all
Please, let me know
sorts
if I
in
can be
Kilo
of
City.
service. Here's what I have in stock right now. I think you'll find that we carry...
There's
I'm
not
pleased you
enough
chose
to
to
do
visit us
around
today.
here.
Indeed. As a matter of fact, they're made in this very building. You're standing in the storefront of the Laredo Firearms Factory. I designed and manufactured every firearm for sale here. As such, I can offer you my personal assurance they're of the highest quality. When a CEO distances herself from the customers, her decision-making suffers. Here I get to see what matters, what sells, what doesn't, and why. It's invaluable. Plus, it's better than the endless meetings. Oh, so Amira has some help? Good. She's going to work herself into an early grave if she's not careful. Laredo Firearms prides itself in helping out all the residents of Aquila City. I'll send Justin over to deliver our monthly donation. The trite answer would be a sense of civic responsibility. But the truth? Guilt. To achieve the level of success I have, broken promises, neglected loved ones, and tough calls. Donations like this are a way of making amends. You are quite welcome. Is there anything else you want to talk about? You take care.
Welcome to Aquila City's Trade Authority. Aquila City is bustling, one of the busiest trade authority branches in the galaxy. Got it. The Trade Authority looks to partner with local governments to find mutually beneficial arrangements. The Trade Authority has a firm policy of not getting involved in internal matters. We're neutral in all affairs of the governments of the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies. If Aquila City can't figure out how to solve its own internal problems, why should it fall to me? I'm done discussing this matter. Nice to have some civilized conversation.
I just know Annie's gonna be a ranger one day, just like her mom.
Aquila City truly is the jewel. I feel like the ghosts of the Hassanovs are finally at rest. What day is it? Oh, shoot! I forgot. I'll send over my usual monthly donation to Amira. She truly is a wonder. And with the building project her and Mr. Tate are planning, there may be a day when the stretch is a distant memory. Well, from me. Unlike the UC, we don't tax our people to death. The city's budget is very tight, so it falls to the community to look after its own. I don't expect an outsider to understand how Aquila City has been run for generations. Are we done? Have a wonderful visit.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
The Cartwrights have been donating to the Low House for generations. Elias and Raisha both sent their donations. Thank you. No word from the Trade Authority. I'm sorry I even asked. I like to believe everyone is capable of empathy and compassion, but people like Duncan test my faith. I didn't say that, but I'm not going to correct you. Sarah Philborn gave me these credits. You more than deserve it. Not so fast. I have one more thing for you to do, but I hope it's more of a reward. This is part of the Intelliwheat harvest. I'd like you to deliver it to Simone Jansen and her family. I want you to see the fruits of your labors.
Just want to do right by my wife.
Thank you for saving my husband. Amira said to expect you. This wheat ensures my family won't go to bed hungry. I genuinely don't know what my family would do without Amira. And you... You have no idea how much it means. She does. Whether rain or shine, she's there for us. Always smiling. Always comforting. I didn't believe in saints before I got to Aquila City. But I do now. To the fortunate, this may be table scraps. Less, even. But to us, it's everything. Every single thing. On behalf of my family, of my daughter, bless you.
Bailey's on thin ice. One more mistake and she's out of a job.
I thought I was going to be
Maybe
fired.
this Asta Alpha can get the
Now
mayor
I got
to
a
give
whole
us more
performance
funds
review
to
plan to go
protect
through.
Aquila City.
Joy.
I heard Mr. Light's gonna be looking for an apprentice.
We got to pay rush or anything?
No, as long as you clean up after yourself, she don't mind.
It's awfully kind of her.
Mrs. Lance is Aquila through and through. Nice grouping on that last one.
Yeah, the site was off and to the left. I dialed it in good. Same time next week?
Private sector, you know, that's what real happens. Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask for.
Apparently, Laredo doesn't charge anything to use the range.
Over the wall! Over the wall! Oh, it would be a lot more fun if you hadn't lost the ball.
Don't listen. I'm gonna be a soccer star one day.
Sorry for you.
The Council of Governors meet in our very own Kingston.
How did you catch me? What? Yeah? Thief? I mean, no. Yes? Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Security.
Don't anybody move. Let's see. If it ain't the hero of Galbank. And who do we have here? Looks like you're carrying a lot of weapons for a nighttime stroll.
Hell, I give up.
Smart move. I got a tip something was going down tonight. Was little Annie actually right about all this? Now that's a terrifying thought. I got it from here. Aquila City owes you again. And, thank Annie for me. Dear God, she's never gonna let us hear the end of this.
Breathing? Back to normal yet?
Mostly. Still feels a little weird, though. Guess I'm not used to having the tube out. But it's nothing that would keep me from getting back out there. guess that means you won't be telling the marshal that I'm approved for field duty.
Not yet. There could still be a setback, and I need to be close at hand if that happens.
Fine, fine. But you should know that I'm crawling the walls in here.
You just take it easy. Shouldn't be long now.
Well, hey there.
If you're hurt or need medical supplies, then you came to the right place. Otherwise, maybe move along. Busy day. Some days it feels like if I stopped stitching people back together, the whole city would be a ghost town in a week. Let's have a look at you. Oh, that ain't too bad at all. Suit yourself. I got a feeling this ain't the last I'll see of you.
A year or two back, I shared a drink with...
Did you catch the thief? Tell me it worked.
Annie, what are you doing up? It's way past your bedtime.
Mom, I have to know. You got him right? Right? I told her over and over be there at midnight. And see? I was right.
Annie L. Wilcox, what did you do?
I told you about it. You know the Laredo robberies? Well, we caught the thief.
Wait, so that's real?
Of course, Mom. I told you.
She's telling the truth. You're not pulling my leg, right? I'm glad I'm not alone. Annie, we'll talk more about this later. But I'm proud of you. But you've got to be careful.
Yes, Mom. I'm gonna be the best stranger surveillance assistant ever.
Thank you for helping my girl and anything else involved. Take this. Lord preserve me.
The doctor can provide any supplies you might need.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, you're back. How'd it go?
Hold it right there! You're in all kinds of trouble! Smart move. Now come along with us. We'll take any contraband and stolen property, and you'll be free to go.
Drunk and disorderly is our #1 offense. Break the law, but in my law.
You stay on the straight and narrow.
Nobody in here right now.
A lot of famous people visiting.
Did you catch?
Annie, what are you doing?
Mom, you got him right. I told her. Oh.
Annie L.
I told you.
Wait, so...
Of course, Mom.
I'm glad I'm not... Annie, But you've got...
Yes, Mom.
Thank you for helping. Lord...
Gotta keep his ear to the ground. You never know what folks might be getting up to.
Oh, you're back. How'd it go?
What do you call them? Corns? Yeah, I got corns.
You don't get to make demands here. There's a chain of command, and right now, you're at the bottom. Remember that. You did what I asked, so let's go meet the Marshal. Follow me.
I feel for the folk in the stretch. I try and give a credit or two to the Low House when I'm able.
We're headquartered in the upper floors of the Rock, but we also have remote stations throughout Freestar Collective space. Helps us to identify and respond to threats more quickly. Like I said before, there are less than a dozen rangers in all, and we operate with limited resources. Thankfully, most people respect us and are willing to cooperate. In this job, your eyes, ears, and wits are every bit as important as your badge and your sidearm. Marshal?
Emma! I take it you're here because you're satisfied that our new recruit can handle the job.
Provided the importance of respecting authority sinks in, then yes.
All right, then. Step forward, recruit. Let me have a word with you. I've got just one question. Do you pledge to defend the people of the Freestar Collective, even if it means risking your own life? Well, that's not quite the same thing, but it'll do for now. Here, take these. You're now a Freestar Ranger deputy. I'm assigning you to Ranger Wilcox for some field training. Listen good to what she tells you. Welcome aboard, deputy.
Wish we could throw you a welcome party, but there's work to do. We got word from a farmer on Montera Luna. She says someone's trying to take her farm, and she's afraid she might be in danger. Whoa! How about you ease back on the throttle there, Deputy? Violence is the last resort. You don't draw your weapon unless innocent lives are in danger. Grab any supplies you might need, and let's get going.
Pay attention to what Ranger Wilcox tells you.
Better this than being some dust wrangler on Montara Luna.
Might be hard work.
Hey, hiya. Got into a tussle with a Shaw Gang smuggling ship in Kodos orbit. Had to limp back to Aquila City, with my ride mostly in one piece. It was a bit of a hard landing, you might say. Got a few broken ribs and a concussion. Turns out one of those ribs punctured a lung. Had a breathing tube in for a spell, but that's gone now. Seems I'm healing up pretty good. Last I saw, it was on fire and doing a swan dive into the Kodos sky. Think you could have done better? Well, maybe you'll get the chance. Got no lack of pirates, smugglers, and spacers out there looking for prey. That's it then? Good to see you. Right now, not much of anything. Doc says I need a rest. Meanwhile, I've been trying to make myself useful, reading dispatches and reports and such. That way, when I'm cleared for field duty, I'll know the lay of the land.
Just let me drink in peace. You should try Filburn's beer. It's brewed in the city, and it ain't bad.
deputy.
I hear he's been real busy keeping an eye
Ah,
on
the
things.
new deputy. Take care of yourself out there.
Just waiting around. Sorry, but I've got work. If you're hurt, the doctor can see to you.
Some days it feels like if I stopped stitching people back to... Here's what I've got on hand. Stay safe. I mean it.
Hello, Captain. Do you require my assistance? Good day, Captain.
Sooner we get to Montero Luna, the better. See you.
Wait. Ain't you the one I saw at SS10? Nah.
Hi. How you doing?
Sidonia is an industry. All right, let's go. half bad. Fun? Now what?
Hi, Captain. Good to see you.
Liftoff looks good. All systems nominal. Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
Over here!
You have a moment.
The Free Star Rangers. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
I'm Ranger Emma Wilcox. My deputy and I are here to help. Now, tell us what happened.
I was out planting in the fields when I saw some men approaching. They looked like soldiers with uniforms and weapons and such. They wanted to buy the farm. Didn't even ask if it was for sale. Their offer was so low, I told them right where they could stick it. They said they'd give me time to think about it, but if I didn't change my mind, I was gonna regret it. Then they left. There were 4, but when they were walking away, I heard them talking like there were others. Maybe there's more out there. Back behind the house, there's some canyons. They went that way. That place is dangerous. Steep slopes, narrow trails, rock slides, and all manner of hostile creatures, too. If you're going after those men, be careful. Oh, there's one other thing. They said they were the first. The first of what, I'm not sure. But there must be more of them coming.
Thank you, ma'am. That should be enough for us to find these men. All right, Deputy. Keep that weapon handy and your eyes sharp. Since these guys don't know we're after them, they're probably not making an effort to hide their tracks. Now, let's go and check out those cameras. Quiet out here. I like it. Nice change of pace from Aquila City.
Are you certain that traveling into these canyons is wise? The route looks treacherous.
Boot tracks. Several pairs by the look. Not too old either. Let's head down into the canyon and see if we can find more. Good eye, Deputy. Looks like we're heading in the right direction.
You better check your ammunition supply. It's clear that we're not the only things roaming these canyons. Something's out there.
definitely passed this way. Let's just hope they're not perched up on the end wall, waiting to snipe at us. Nice to get out under the sky for a spell. Hey!
Before it spoils.
Natural tracker. My badge, that's wood smoke from a campfire.
Of course. We should be careful. This bottleneck is the perfect place for an ambush. you better quit that.
Rougher than I expected. Let's talk.
I think I found something here.
Are you okay? No way they're common thugs or hired muscle. The weapons, the training, the steel nerves. No, these guys were professionals. That badge with the #1, I feel like I've seen that before, but it was a long time ago. Really? Guess you've led a pretty exciting life. Maybe the less I know about that, the better. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find something that explains what these guys were up to. Hopefully, we can find something that explains who these guys were and why they were after the Wagoner farm. Likewise. find anything interesting? Let's see what we have here. Interesting. So, their ship was stolen from the Hope Tech factory. Whoever pulled that off must have been one hell of a shipjacker. Well, I guess someone really wants that farm bad. Speaking of which, let's get back there and let Miss Wagner know that she's safe. For now.
What happened? Did you find those men? On the one hand, I'm sorry it had to go that way. On the other, they had it coming. So who were they? And why do they want my farm? Hope Tech? The cargo ship company? Sorry, I don't know anything about that. They say the Rangers always get their man, so to speak. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I can't thank you enough. I'd hate to be remembered as the wagoner who couldn't hold on to the farm that's been in the family for so long.
Excuse me, trainee, but we do not try to extort credits from the people we're protecting. If you have any more trouble, give...
Achieving orbit now.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Nicely done.
Wonder where this will all lead. Feel free to drop some stuff into my bag. I certainly do. It's all yours. Goodbye.
Godfrey,
famous people visit Aquila.
Just making my way. What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Wagner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Wagners off the land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done. I agree. Until we see the whole picture, we won't know if Miss Wagner is truly safe. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm? You enjoy the violent stuff, huh? If you have to shoot someone, make sure it's for the right reason. If they open fire on you first, then you're within your rights. But outside of that, violence of any kind should be avoided.
The last thing we should be doing is reveling in their deaths.
Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm? All right. Says here the thief had help from someone inside Hope Tech. Ain't much to go on.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? That sound familiar at all?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nera. What was left of it anyway. The 1st Cavalry lost almost all their mechs and soldiers in a big push to take a United Colonies base. They were just about there when a ceasefire order came down. Both sides had just lost too much by then. It was a bloodbath. The commanding officer of the 1st disobeyed the order. He didn't want the lives of his soldiers to be sacrificed. For nothing. They court-martialed him, and the rest of the surviving officers, and locked them all up. I suppose it ain't impossible, but it's real damn unlikely. The unit was pretty much wiped out, and the few that survived ended up in prison after a court-martial for disobeying orders. I don't recall how long the sentence was. No, it doesn't. Just raises more questions. It's a good bet that starship thief can help us get some answers. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to. The ruling body that oversees the Freestar Collective and the Rangers. The council members are the political and corporate elite of the Freestar Collective, so we have to tread lightly when we're dealing with them. Proud, stubborn, and smart. A self-made man. He built Hope Tech through blood, sweat, and sheer willpower. Normally, I'd praise that kind of dedication, but you need to maintain a sense of perspective here. Our authority and our power comes from the Council of Governors. Remember that. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men on Montero Luna. Meantime, I'll look into a possible connection with the 1st Cavalry. Good hunting.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Freestar Ranger Nia Kalu. If anyone is hearing this, system's failing. Need help. I repeat, need help.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. All right, that's it. Welcome to Hopetown.
Ready for action, Captain.
How's it going?
like a glove.
I'll head to my crew position.
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship. Yeah, well, if you want to keep that badge, then don't get any ideas. This old girl and I have been through a lot together. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs. No chance. They took as much of a beating as I did, while outnumbering me 3-1, I'd like to point out. Repair my ship? Please. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there. Thanks. I owe you one.
We're happy to help.
Thanks. That should get me home. You're right. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them again. We can't let that happen. They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha. Good hunting.
Right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
Everything's 5 by 5, Captain.
Clamps released. switching over to standard engines. Their grab drive's down.
Now this planet, this is more my speed. Oh, I could hike here for a while.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. Nothing for us to do. You're in good flying condition.
Excuse me.
Hold it, right there! You're under arrest! You're coming with us. We'll be taking... Keep an eye on your valuables. You can't protect your own.
Excuse me! A little desperate here.
I remember meeting Ron Hope once. Idealistic and perhaps a bit of a dreamer. But you have to admire what he's accomplished.
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust? I'm sure they didn't want to die any more than you did. It's a pointless and stupid waste of life, but they brought it on themselves. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with a briefing on your case. I was surprised as hell to learn about the starship theft. Nobody said a word to me about it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free. No, and I can't get answers as to why not. I'm sure Mr. Hope has his reasons. His office is upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on.
Ron Hope certainly embodies the saying, spared no expense.
Everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
Off-worlders.
Do a
Nothing
contract
good ever
with
comes
scavengers,
from 'em.
maybe, but that's a decision that's got to be made upstairs.
Well, talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory. We look out for our people here, Merchant. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Free Star Rangers. At last! Ah, damn, good to see you, Mia. I think we're done here, Merchant.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling, being a Free Star Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. Let's get down to it, shall we? Time is money. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what an outrage it is to have a ship stolen right out of the factory. Justice must be done, and the sooner the better. That's good news. I'll send my people over to bring it home. Of course, that doesn't mean your work is done. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of my position on the Council of Governors. You'd better learn some respect, Deputy. One dispatch to Aquila City, and I can end your brief career in the Freestar Rangers.
Don't listen to him. You have every right to call him out for the Freestar elitist snob that he is.
Now, tell me that you've at least got a lead of some kind, hmm? No, what happened after the ship was taken doesn't concern me. What does concern me is making sure that this doesn't happen again. Well, I'm not sure I can be much help, but I'll answer whatever questions I can. Because I told them not to. If word got out, it would do irreparable harm to our image. I'm in fierce competition with other starship manufacturers. Any sign of weakness could be fatal. What's more, every starship thief in the settled systems would likely flock to Hopetown and start planning the next heist. No, nothing at all. It was just a standard HopeTech cargo holder. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. HopeTech builds some of the most durable and reliable starships in the settled systems. Now, you can bet my ships last twice as long as anything Stroud Eklund makes. We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything at all. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hangar is empty, so it's not inconceivable the thief could have slipped in unseen. What? Nonsense! We vet our people thoroughly here. HopeTech holds its employees to the very highest standards. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have Cosette conduct a thorough personnel review. Rest assured, if we turn up any evidence that one of our people was an accomplice, I'll let you know. Very well. I need you to understand something, Deputy. This town is home to men, women, and children who depend on HopeTech for a living. I provide jobs that put food on their tables and a roof over their heads. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously. If word gets out about the stolen ship, my investors will lose trust, and my workers will pay the price. I can't allow that.
Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm sure the burden of responsibility for your workers is an inconvenience, Mr. Hope. But the deputy has responsibilities as well.
Despite what you think, I have great respect for the badge and the difficult choices that come with it. But my primary concern is for the welfare of my people. A ranger's first duty is to protect the people of the Freestar Collective. If your carelessness costs my workers their livelihoods, then you've utterly failed in that duty. I hope you understand that, Deputy.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope, but there's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
But sir, we have new information. I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon.
Theft. A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, can I get a word? That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Still, at least you know where to pick up the trail. Not completely. You've still got a lead worth following. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us. But Neon's a different kind of place. Well, we could talk for an hour about that. The short version would be that crime, law, and justice don't exactly mean the same things there. The badge doesn't carry the same weight on Neon, so you might have to get creative. He's what I'd call a pragmatist. He sees things for what they are. He's also well-connected, which means a lot on Neon. You should listen to what he tells you. It'll keep you out of trouble. He should be able to help you out. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks again for helping me out up there. Yeah, the question of who helped the Starship thief is still an open one. Don't you worry. I'll keep an ear to the ground. You be careful in Neon.
There are a ton of distractions in Neon, so I expect you to be on your best behavior here.
Ranger?
Hey, I don't care who you work for. You can't just... Oh, you're the rookie, aren't you? The one and only. Well, the Marshal's message said you were following a lead about a stolen ship. Truth is, a lot of stolen goods flow through here, but this city is real good at keeping its secrets, even from us. No, I think you should be careful. You're not listening. This isn't Aquila City. The badge doesn't carry the same weight here. The people who run this place aren't overly concerned about the law. Our job is to keep the peace, make sure the violence doesn't get out of hand. The last thing anyone around here wants is some hotshot deputy looking in every dark corner.
Law enforcement isn't exactly welcome in Neon, but that shouldn't deter you from your duty.
I pick my battles, and I pick them carefully. Our first duty is to protect the people of the Freestar Collective. But sometimes you have to choose which people to protect, because not everyone is innocent. That would be Benjamin Bayou. He's out to squeeze every credit he can from the people of this city. He doesn't much care who gets hurt in the process. He's also got a seat on the Council of Governors, which proves that if you've got enough credits, you can buy anything you want. Ah, rookies.
I'm proud of you. Without duty and honor, you'd have nothing left.
Your stolen ship would have had to land at the spaceport. If it was right off the factory floor, it would have stood out. There's a guy I know, Billy Clayton, does maintenance work around the city and keeps an eye on ship traffic for me. I'll introduce you, but don't expect a favor. Even if it doesn't cost credits, nothing in Neon is free. This is Neon. There are no guarantees, and who I find trustworthy changes on a daily basis. Talk to him or don't, it's your call. Come on. It was pretty impressive how you volunteered to help out with the bank heist in Aquila City. Yeah, I read all the reports. I learned quickly that in Neon, staying informed and staying alive are closely linked. What stood out to me was that you didn't lose a single hostage. No wonder the Marshal tried to recruit you right away. If he hadn't, it would have made him look like a fool, having some random stranger step in and do the job he couldn't. Now, if someone tried to hold up a bank here, they could.
That side's a bad place for tourists.
I need to impress that upon you, because the fact that you think justice is absolute concerns me, Deputy. It's never that simple. Justice can mean different things to different people, and laws can be interpreted and debated. A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people. Hey, Billy, got a second?
What? Oh, it's you. Give me a good scare. I thought you were one of Goodman's people.
Check. Far from it. Our new deputy here is working a case, and I thought you might be able to help. Take it away, rookie.
What do you need? Right out of the factory? Damn, that's pretty impressive. Well, here's the thing. Neon's got no end of shipjackers. I see them come and go every day. It's tough for a guy to remember one from the other, you know what I mean?
I suppose we shouldn't be surprised that he's asking for something in return.
Credits ain't really what I need. There is something you could do for me.
If he won't even accept credits, I worry about what he's going to ask us to do.
I can help you, but right now my life is in danger, and I haven't even done anything wrong. Freestar Rangers are supposed to protect the innocent, right? Please, just hear me out, okay? I need to know I can count on you. Please, I'm begging you. Just hear me out. I've got nowhere else to turn and I'm running out of time. It's about my brother. He died while still in debt to a syndicate loan shark by the name of Emmett Goodman. Now, Goodman's coming after me to collect. He says if I don't pay up, I'm a dead man.
That's terrible. You shouldn't be responsible for your brother's debts.
Yeah? Well, tell that to Goodman because he doesn't seem to care. He just wants his money. The only one that matters around here, the Seoka Syndicate. They pretty much run the city. That being said, rumor has it that Emmett Goodman is on the outs, so they might not miss him much if he were to disappear. I swear it on my best set of wrenches. Goodman's holed up in one of the warehouses on Epside. Place is locked up tight, but there's a guard who watches the door, and he's got the key.
I'll stay with Billy in case Goodman's men come to collect. They're not stupid enough to tangle with me.
Let me know when you're ready to launch.
Greetings, Captain.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system. Hurry back.